back to my YouTube channel, Letting Koto. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to play another beginner song called Usagi, which means rabbit. We will be playing the first Koto part, and this song has the Hirajoshi tuning, so the same one that we used for all the other beginner songs that I taught in the past. And the tuning is D, G, A sharp, D, D sharp, G, A sharp, D, D sharp, G, A. And I will also have it listed in the description down below too, so you can tune your koto to the same tuning. Or if you don't have a koto at home, then that's all right as well. So let's begin with the first koto part. So that is the first column here that's in black bold. So we first start off with sha sha. The 1 and the 2, string 1 and 2 next to each other means you have to play them together at the same time. And there is a little 2 next to it and a little 3 next to the other one underneath, which means repeat that sign underneath the first note means you have to repeat it. So that means you have to do sha sha twice, and it's in the same box. So you have to play it a little quickly, and you have to use your index finger and middle finger for this. That's why the 2 and the 3 are written there, so you know which fingers to use. So it should sound like this. And you only want to play the first 2 strings together. And you want to do a scooping motion like this into the palm of your hand. That is how you do the first technique. Then you're just going to play 5, 6, 7, 8 normally, how you would normally with your thumb. So right after you do sha, sha, then no pause, right into 5, 6, 7, 8. So it should sound like this. Then you have a 7, and the symbol underneath that 7 is a scooey, which means you have to scoop back onto that same string. So you have to play 7 how you would normally play it, like this. And then you're not going to stop there, you're going to scoop right back up onto that 7. So it should sound like this. And then after that, you're going to play 8 right after you scooey. So from the top of that column, let's play it from the beginning and then to the 8. Then we have rest, rest. We have 2 rests. Those circles mean rest. And then we have, after that, 10, 9. And you see the 10, 9, they're in one box, one square, so that means it's a little quicker. And then it slows up once you get to 8, 7, 8. And then we have, again, just like in the beginning with the 1, 2, we have 3, 4 now. Same thing as the first time you did it, except this time you're just doing it on strings 3 and 4. And you're going to play it that same way like we did in the beginning. So, and then we have 8. So from 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, sha, sha, 8. So from there, it should sound like this. Then we have a rest right after the 8. There's a little circle there, which means rest. Then we just repeat on the next column. We repeat what we did in the beginning. So nothing has changed, just repeating what we already did in the beginning, so it should sound like this. And now, after that, rest, rest. Then we have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it's kind of the same pattern as the last column, the end of the last column we did, except they're different notes, but it's the same beat, the same rhythm as before. So it should sound like this. Then we have another rest. Moving on to the third column, we have 11, rest, 11, 12, 13, 12, 13, rest. So it should sound like this. And then we have another rest. Then we have 11, 11, 11. Those little signs underneath the first 11 means you repeat. So you have to repeat twice on 11. So you play it 3 times in total. Then we play 12, 13, 12, 13. And it's just one steady beat here. So it should sound like this. Then another rest after that 13. Moving on to the fourth column, we have 12, 13, 13 with a half push. That symbol next to the second 13 means you have to do a half push. And then you have underneath that a repeat sign, so you have to play it with the half push twice. And you want to make sure that you get into the half push ahead of time before you no, this time you can't do it because you have to play string 13 normally, but other times if you would play it and there was no 13 regularly, then you could sort of prepare ahead of time into the push, but this time you have to play it right after you play the 13 normally. So it's 12, 13, 13 with the half push, 13 with the half push, then you have to release it because you're playing 13 normally again. Then it's 12, 11, 10, 12, 11, 10. So from the top of that column, it should sound like this. Then we have another rest. Then we have 11, 10, and then the 9, string 9, there is another symbol next to that 9. That's a full push. So before we had the half push, and then the next symbol is a full push. So this time you can prepare the push in advance. So probably when you play string 11, you want to get your push in ready to do the push. So you want to, while you play 11, you should be going down and pushing on string 9, full push, so that when you play string 9, it'll sound nice and clear. So it should sound like this. And then we have another rest. Moving on to the next page, the first column on the next page, we have 10, rest, 9, 8, 7, rest, 8, rest, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, rest, 5, rest. So that was a lot. So from the top of that column again, so it should sound like this. And you want to make sure you be careful of the 5 on the end at the end of the column. There's the 5 and then there's the little 3. So that means you have to play it with your middle finger, not your thumb. So make sure you play it with your middle finger for that 5. Okay, now moving on to the second column of the second page. We have 11, sha, sha, 11, 12, 13, 12 with the scooey, and then 13. So let's stop there. Make sure we get everything correctly. So 11, sha, sha. So just like we did in the beginning with the 1 and the 2, this time it's 6 and 7. And just the same way you did it before, but just on strings 6 and 7 now. And then you already know about how to do the scooey from before. So it should sound like this when you put it all together. Then we have another rest. And then it's the same as the top of the column, so it's just a repeat. So it doesn't change, nothing changes, it's just the same as before. So you're just gonna play it again, so it should sound like this. Then we have a rest. Moving on to the third column of the second page, we have 12 scooey, 13 scooey, then we have a 13 half push scooey, and a 13 half push scooey, so that arrow means you repeat it from the note from before. And then you have just a regular 13 scooey, 12 scooey, 11 scooey, 10 scooey, and then just normal playing 12, 13, 12, 11, 10. So with the 13 and the half push, so you're going to do like you did before with the half push on 13 and play it how you would normally, except you're using scooey too, so you're going to play it like this. So you're going to push and scooey and do the scooey motion at the same time. Like that. So from the top of that column, it should sound like this all the way through till the rest here. And that's what that sounds like. Moving on, after that rest, we have 11, 12, 11, 10, 9. And this one you can prepare the push in advance so that it sounds nice and clear when you play the string. And you're playing a little quicker since the 11, 12 and the 11, 10 are in the same box. Those 4 notes are in the same squares, so you're going to play it a little quicker than you would normally play it if they were just in separate boxes on their own. So it should sound like this. And And you can probably prepare for that 9 push when you play the second 11. So you could be in that push by then so that it'll have a nice clear sound. Moving on to the last column, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 6. Rest, 5, rest, 11, 11, and finally 5 and 10 are played together. So 5 and 10 together, you want to do your middle finger and your thumb. So your middle finger on 5 and your thumb on 10, and you're supporting your 4th finger here on string 6. So you want to have it supported there, and then you just play inward so that your 5, your middle finger, ends up on string 6, and your thumb ends up on string 9 when you are done playing. So it should sound like this. And don't lift it up in the air like that, just inward. So from the top of that column, it should sound like this. Now I will play it all the way through so you will get how it sounds like from the beginning to the end. And that is it. I hope this video was helpful for you. And I will be doing more beginner videos, so stay tuned for my next beginner video soon. Thank you. Bye!